Testing.
Testing, testing.
Testing, testing.
1, 2, 3.
We didn't mean to wear the same outfit.
We did not.
And yet.
Here we are.
And yet. Nevertheless, she persisted.
Okay, let's see how that sounded. Hi, Charlotte.
Good day, Madeline.
We're back
with another episode of the Sports Gossip Show presented by eBay Live.
Ding, 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 ding.
Nice.
Oh, thank you so much.
That sounded like when you win a game at a carnival.
Oh, well, I should trademark it. Sell it to Big Carnival.
Big Carney.
Yeah, perfect.
Beautiful. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, phenomenal.
We're kind of matching, we realized today.
Yeah.
Again, not intentionally. For those listening and not watching us on YouTube or wherever you watch us.
Yeah,
weird.
I think you can watch us in a couple places.
I think also on Apple.
We're all over the place.
Rate, review, like, subscribe. As I always say, please do. It makes a huge difference. We're both wearing graphic T-shirts.
Yeah. Yep. White ones.
And jeans, which we both never wear graphic tees.
Not
and
on
of
the
course,
show.
we're both wearing them today.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Mine has a boat on it. Madeline's is unhinged.
Yeah, it was a non-authorized, as you might imagine, Knicks championship T-shirt that I got that has the Grim Reaper, OG Anunoby's tip-in during Game 4, and then below it, it says the power of friendship.
So
kind of weird, but I like it.
It's a beautiful, beautiful shirt.
Yes.
One of the best, really.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
I like anything with a Grim Reaper on it, I'm going to be honest. It's metal, hardcore.
Metal.
Hardcore.
That's how people describe me, hardcore.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, we have a fabulous show today. We are doing a deep dive into LeBron James.
Oh.
Yes.
What's he been up to?
Well, he's been up to a big thing. He just signed a 2-year, $8 million contract with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yes. This is, there's news, there's gossip, and then there's gossip.
Yes.
And this is big. LeBron James has been playing with the Los Angeles Lakers since 2018.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
yes, 2018.
Yeah, there you go.
2018.
Sometimes your brain's cheddar and sometimes it's Swiss cheese. As the old saying goes. So he had a really good run with LA. Obviously, he won a championship, but people didn't know whether he was going to keep playing or not. And apparently he didn't either, because he announced this news on X/Twitter. I still hate calling it X.
I know, it's still Twitter to me.
Yeah, so he did it on Twitter, and he did it as I can only describe this series of missives as like a live journal.
It really is. Well, it's also funny. I mean, we can get into this announcement in detail too, that it's spaced weird.
Right.
To your point, it feels like it was stream of consciousness. I'm sure consciousness?
Yeah.
Stream of conscious.
Nope. Consciousness.
Just, that was a Grim Reaper coming at me.
It's a Grim Reaper. Oh, he's hanging over this show.
But it reads like a diary entry almost.
Yes.
And I'm like, people, I would assume on his team approved it.
You know what it actually sounds like? It sounds like a monologue from Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City.
Yes.
Where it's like she's smoking a cigarette and she's like, I thought I was done when the season ended. I wasn't ready to announce it. And I couldn't help but wonder. I mean, like, that's what's going on here.
No,
that's
literally.
What he said. And I knew I needed some time to really decide, but I was pretty sure I played my last game, blah, 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 blah. So basically, he says that obviously $8 million is not a lot of money for one of or the greatest basketball players of all time. He says that I'm not doing this for the money. I'm not going for family. What am I really playing for at this point? I still want to sacrifice. I still want to work. I still want to grind. I still want to compete to win and to have a chance at the feeling of winning. New tweet, another championship. I believe I can help make the Philadelphia 76ers a championship team, and I'm so excited to energize a new fan base and start this incredible journey one last time. Thank you, LA. Miami, I'll forever love, and Northeast Ohio will always home.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't feel like anyone approved this, because also what drives me crazy in this, besides the weird spacing, and you can put into a website or into X actually to preview how many characters per tweet so you can prep it so it's a clean thread. If I was his social media manager, I would have done that. Also, there's an extra space in the last one for I believe I can help make the Philadelphia 76ers a championship right before that should have been deleted.
Yeah.
So clearly this was copy and pasted incorrectly. And then also missing a word at the end. I'm like, LeBron, this is your biggest
big one.
This is bigger than the decision, which we will be talking about. This is the decision.
Yeah, this is it.
This is decision desk.
Probably. I mean,
CNN projects.
LeBron did CNN project. Andy King. No, who is it now?
John King.
John King.
Who's Andy King?
Doesn't it feel like his name should be Andy King, though?
You know what? I think so.
You look at that man and you say, well, that man's name is surely Andy King.
John King or Steve Kornacki doing a projection.
Oh, my God.
LeBron went.
That's really good.
That would have been a good little play.
Just get our blood pressure up a little bit.
Yeah. So anyways,
Here, can I,
please.
I agree with you to 1000%. This is a yes and podcast. I'm just going to present another alternative here.
All right.
What if this is post-war poetry? Where, the line breaks, it's free verse, line breaks. I mean, can I just read this part again? I still want to compete to win and to have a chance at the feeling of winning another championship. Line break, it's a tension.
Well, yeah, okay, you may be right, because in the first one, it ends with, he spelled decide wrong. I'm actually also noticing. He said, I was honest at the last press conference when I said I needed to look at myself and, he spells decide wrong, decide if I still love, end of tweet, next tweet, this game, period.
And you know what I like about this?
What?
This isn't capitalized. This is like true free verse. It's not like It's not like a line break and then a capital. It's a line break and then lowercase this game.
Yes, I'm just.
But you're right. This is not it.
It really pains me because I know that LeBron went rogue and did this himself.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the work of a social media manager. I don't think.
Do you think he has one?
I honestly don't feel like he does, based on what he posts on his Instagram. Like the smiling through it all, can't believe this my life meme. A social media manager could never come up with that.
No.
That was just LeBron's own thoughts.
And that's an element of this whole thing where I think he thinks in poetry.
Yes.
In a way that you can't replicate or harness.
No.
And you don't know when it's going to come out. But that's going to go more viral than any premeditated, even funny thing a social media.
No, it's true.
Because LeBron is so LeBron.
Yes, he's so LeBron. Spelling errors and it's just amazing. And also, this announcement being posted on X is also a choice. Over Instagram. It's different. We've talked about different situation, but Mitchell Robinson posting his statement about his broken pinky on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
The platform choice here is also, I think, really fascinating because I would have assumed if he would do anything, it would maybe be a video announcement on YouTube or a talking to camera thing or an Instagram in-feed carousel statement type post. I could have seen that. X was not something I thought he would do as the main way to announce this news.
And I think that speaks to your astute observation that he just went for it.
He went for it.
Because I think he probably thought, well, where's the place that one releases news in a text-based format? And thought, the app where you write stuff.
Yes.
And so that's what happened. We're going to get into more of LeBron's current social media use, why he went to the Sixers, what that team is looking like, the ins and outs of all of that. But first, we wanted to just take you down memory lane of how did we get here? How is this going into LeBron's 24th season in the NBA? Why is he all of a sudden going to go play for a new team? Which means we have to take you back to where it all began.
Rewind.
That
you like that?
Yeah. Really. I'm just Googling one thing that I forgot to look up. Okay, here we go. So LeBron James was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Out of high school.
Yes.
He went to St. Mary St. Vincent in Ohio. He's from Akron, Ohio. And he was deemed in the cover of Sports Illustrated. This is also just going to end up being about the transformation of sports media, let's be honest.
Well, that's every one of our podcasts.
That's every one of our shows.
Really think about it.
For better or for worse. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated announcing him the chosen one And it is such a wild thing for someone to live up to something that was said about them when they were 16, 17 years old.
Can you imagine the pressure he must have felt? I mean, that would have been crazy. You're in a high school and then adults put on the cover of magazine that copy associated with you.
I mean,
I can't imagine what that felt like.
I can't either, but it worked out for him. In 2004, he was the rookie of the year. In 2007, he brought the Cavs to their first ever NBA Finals. They did get swept by the San Antonio Spurs, but that doesn't matter.
No.
In 2009, he was the league MVP. In 2010, he was the league MVP. And in 2010, this is where things get very interesting. He decides to leave the Cleveland Cavaliers.
He does.
And Madeline, I would say this was one of the first athlete-driven media moments in sports media that captured the world.
Yeah. No, it really did. I mean, that was the decision.
Yes.
And the decision was a special that I remember sitting down to watch on ESPN. It was live.
It was.
And LeBron's sitting in a chair. I think is he at a basketball court? Is he at his high school?
He was at a desk. Let's Google this.
Was he?
What a thought.
Now let's
the decision. LeBron James.
Let's see. Where is he?
Where?
No, he's. I think he's in a basketball. It looks like he's in a gym. Am I wrong?
No, he is. He's
Looks
in
like
a gym.
Looked like a gym.
And he is on a riser.
Yeah. And it aired on ESPN on July 8th, 2010. But Charlotte, you mentioned something. Who thought of the decision? How did the decision come to be?
So this, I'm not sure I knew this before we started putting this whole episode together. But Bill Simmons, founder of Grantland, longtime ESPN guy, founded The Ringer, runs Spotify. He has been doing this for a long time and it's sort of like LeBron. He's remained at the top for a long time. And you got to give him props for that. It's very impressive because in 2009 he had a column. I mean, before that he had a column, but there was a mailbag column on ESPN.com in 2009, and there's a question from a listener or reader, Drew Wagner. What if LeBron announces he will pick his 2010-2011 team live on ABC on a certain date for a show called LeBron's Choice? So apparently, Bill Simmons pitched this idea to Maverick Carter, who is LeBron's longtime business partner, still is. They grew up together in Akron. Yep. James's agent at the time, Leon Rose. Who is Leon Rose?
He works for the Knicks. He architected, designed,
there you go,
built this team, this championship team on my T-shirt.
He sure did, along with a guy named Worldwide Wes, who is also an advisor to the Knicks now, but was an advisor to LeBron. And then I think somehow it went away because the Cavs didn't make it to the finals. During game 2 of the finals, Maverick Carter ran into Jim Gray, who's a broadcaster who recently had a podcast with Tom Brady. Also, I learned introduced him maybe to buying a piece of the Raiders.
Oh,
I mean, there's a whole
follow the money.
Other. And then Gray pitched the idea to John Skipper, who was the president of ESPN at the time, and they did this. They did the decision. It's a little unclear of where the idea is fully formed, but the interesting thing is they did it as something called barter syndication, where LeBron's team sold ads against this in exchange for giving ESPN the story. So LeBron's team made money. And at the time, David Stern, who was the commissioner of the NBA, he said that it gave LeBron and his camp too much control and tried to get it canceled.
You know, that kind of reminds me of is how in media, like if you have to give the same amount of airtime to different political candidates. You know, if you interview one, you got to at least put in the request to interview the other one.
Yes.
I feel like this is kind of David Stern. I mean, we could do a 10-part deep dive on David Stern. But that he was like, this is too much airtime to one of our players.
Well, it's also
one guy.
It's also one of our current players. And LeBron had been in the league, I guess, 7 years at that point. He's like, I'm sorry, one of our current players is going to make money on announcing where he's going.
Right.
Which you can just see like the tentacles of what athlete-driven media would become.
Yeah.
In
Totally.
This moment.
Totally. So he sat down on this live broadcast and he said the famous phrase heard around the world, "I'm going to take my talents to South Beach to go play." He played for the Miami Heat.
He did. My favorite thing, I think, that came out of this was the letter that
Oh my God.
the Cavs owner, Dan Gilbert, wrote. It was on the Cavs website, and it was called Open Letter to Fans from Cavaliers majority owner Dan Gilbert. Madeline, can you tell people the best part about
Well, the
this?
best part about the letter is that it's in Comic Sans, which, if you listen to our episode with Fred Katz where we talked about fonts,
Yeah.
bringing up fonts again, certainly a choice to be using Comic Sans for what you would think would be a piece of media that you want to be taken seriously.
Well,
A statement that you want to have some oomph,
yeah.
some gusto behind it. And it's Comic Sans, the font I would use to do a project in middle school. In Kid Pics, if you know, you know.
As we said, the only thing funnier would have been Papyrus.
Yes. That or Curls MT.
What's that one?
Look it up. I'll pull it up.
Curls MT
font. This one.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Very good.
This was like girly font. This was like, hey, you're going to Limited 2. They have a journal with font on it that says, "Oop, my computer
that
unplugged."
says like a post about my cat.
Post about my cat. Yay. It's fine.
your-
My computer's charged. It's all good.
Okay. Really just going through it.
No, but well, the other thing that I find funny about the statement is that like how he addresses Cleveland fans is it says, "Dear Cleveland," it's like each letter is capitalized. The first letter of each word is capitalized in the two subject line.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yes. It's as if this is the name of someone. All of Northeast Ohio and Cleveland Cavaliers supporters, wherever you may be tonight.
Which, okay.
He says this was announced at the several-day narcissistic self-promotional buildup culminating with a national TV special of his, quote, decision, unlike anything ever, quote, witnessed in the history of sports and probably the history of entertainment. Clearly, this is bitterly disappointing to all of us. And then he goes on to say, to the fans, you simply don't deserve this kind of cowardly betrayal. You've given so much and deserve so much more. In the meantime, I want to make one statement to you tonight, in all caps. I personally guarantee that the Cleveland Cavaliers will win an NBA championship before the self-titled former, quote, king wins one. You can take it to the bank.
Okay, well, he maybe shouldn't have taken it to the bank.
Right.
Because
Well,
they did win a championship
with
LeBron. So LeBron signs a 6-year, $110 million contract. A lot of bucks.
Mm-hmm.
With the Heat. Oh, I meant a lot of bucks. Oh, yeah. No.
Oh, buck, like take it
Like
to the
the
bank? Sorry.
Like money bucks, not the Milwaukee
Oh,
Bucks.
no, I know.
Oh.
No, I know. I was just
What
yeah.
I was like, LeBron famously signed a 6-year, $110 million deal with the Milwaukee Bucks.
What if it's just like, you know how those stories like sliding doors, like the alternate story? What
Alternate
if this episode was just, and then we departed into somewhere
and they're like
completely wrong?
And they're like, what?
Yeah.
We just do a whole episode where every team, like the facts are right, like the numbers are right, dates are right, but we just say different teams and we just do the episode with a straight face.
It's fan fiction.
Maybe that's a little April thing about April Fools next year.
Something to think about.
Something to think about. So he signed the 6-year deal with the Heat, and then helped them win their first championship in 2012.
Yep.
That,
2013
with him.
wins it again.
Yes.
So back to back, baby.
Hard to do,
Something,
as we say.
what?
In any sport, it's hard to win back-to-back championships.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. Argentina couldn't do it in the World Cup. We'll see if the Knicks can do it.
We sure will. We sure will. Yeah, so LeBron then has another announcement to make. And it's the opposite of the decision because he's saying that he's going to go back to the Cavs. And how does he do this, Madeline?
He does it through a Sports Illustrated essay, which that is very different from a live moment on television on ESPN. And it's also very different from a post on X with spelling errors and weird spacing.
It is. It is. He called this one, I'm Coming Home.
Which I like. I like the photos that went with it. He's sitting there. We got a big championship ring on from the Heat.
Yeah.
Which I feel like maybe you didn't need that one. in the shot. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I think
it?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of a, oh, hello, Dan Gilbert. I'm coming back to your team
Yeah, okay.
with this. Do you guys have one of these?
Right.
What's interesting here is that this was almost like a precursor to the Players Tribune.
Yes.
Where, it's LeBron James as told to Lee Jenkins, who is a longtime writer for Sports Illustrated. And he said in this essay, my goal is still to win as many titles as possible, no question. But what's most important for me is bringing one trophy back to Northeast Ohio. And Dan Gilbert, Cavs owner who wrote the Comic Sans letter, they met before they made it official, and he apologized to LeBron.
Wow. Yeah, and another person was mad.
Oh,
shocker.
Yeah.
Miami Heat president Pat Riley was also not pleased that LeBron was leaving.
And I think that LeBron had a feeling, he knew that things were heading south and he was going to be, heading north.
Oh.
Things were heading south in South Beach and he was going to be heading north when Pat Riley had chocolate chip cookies removed from the team plane. LeBron loves chocolate chip cookies with I think it was a exterior, like a crust around the edge, and then it's soft inside. And when LeBron got on the plane and they were no longer there, he was like, well, this feels like a little too much micromanaging, and I think it's time to go.
Yeah, it is funny. I do feel like there are moments where you're at a job or something and you just know, you're like, I think that's it. And he was like, the cookies for LeBron, he was like, that's it for me. He knew.
We always say athletes are employees.
True.
Teams are companies, and it's a relatable moment.
Yes. It's
when
true.
Whatever that is for you, when the cookies are gone and you say, well, I guess we had a good run.
Yeah.
And you know what? LeBron had a great run.
He had a great run.
2 championships there. He had Dwayne Wade. He had all of his buddies.
Chris Bosh.
Yes.
My friend from the rocket launch.
Madeline went to a NASA event.
I brought this up at least 4 times on the show.
But it's worth it.
But every time we bring up those 3, I have to talk about it.
I went to see the Heat play in Boston.
Oh my God.
I think I had just graduated from college. And the thing that I remember most about that game, I was sitting in the nosebleeds, and Chris Bosh's diamond earring, you could see the light glinting off of it from where he was on the bench. I think he wasn't playing, so he was in street clothes and had this beautiful diamond. And I just every time I think of Chris Bosh, it's like in the cartoon where it's like a diamond glints and it goes ding.
That was him.
Yeah.
Wow. I like that memory.
It's not really here nor there, but
it's nice.
It's up here.
And it always will be up there.
Thank you.
Well, before we continue on in the career of Mr. LeBron James, we have our little fashion mailbag segment presented by eBay Live.
We sure do. What's our question today, Madeline?
Well, our question today is related to LeBron. The question is, if you could have any LeBron James jersey at any point in his career, what would it be? You could secure one.
I think it might be from his rookie season.
Oh, I thought you were going to say what I was going to say.
What were you didn't?
No. Keep going. Explain why.
I think because that was so long ago now. I think it would really put into perspective how long he's been playing for, just to see even how different of a style the jersey was in 2003.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm into that. Okay, well, it's 2. One is a jersey that doesn't exist, but I kind of feel like there is at least a mock-up. Is if he played for the Knicks, which didn't happen, obviously. If there was a LeBron Knicks jersey that had been mocked up at some point to try to woo him.
Absolutely.
That would be number 1. Number 2, I think a high school jersey or something.
Mary, St. Vincent.
Yeah, kind of an if you know sort of jersey.
I like that a lot.
That would be my second option.
And eBay Live is a great place to look for all sorts of jerseys that you might not even thinking about wanting.
Exactly. So thanks to our mailbag sponsor, eBay Live. Can't miss live streams, heart-pounding auctions, iconic fashion and collectibles. Whatever you're into, you can bring it home right now. Don't miss another second at ebay.com/eBay Live.
Boom.
Boom.
If you think eBay is just a marketplace, you're missing a whole side of it.
eBay Live is where real-time excitement meets rare, exclusive, hard-to-find cards, collectibles, sneakers, watches, and so much more.
You can bid in live auctions, catch exclusive drops, and buy directly from trusted sellers while it's all happening live.
And it feels like a show, not just shopping, with great hosts, creators, and streamers. Stream, shop, and score by downloading the eBay app and tapping the eBay Live button right under the search bar.
Okay, let's
Okay.
move right along. So LeBron goes back to Cleveland.
Which is a pretty ballsy move if you think about it.
It is.
Because you've already not won a championship at the place that you're from. I think that might be the ultimate betting on yourself move.
Yeah, yes. Because the only thing I could compare it to would be like if Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay and then decided I'm going to keep playing and go back to the Patriots.
Right. And it's especially, I think in some ways it's a good lesson for even when a bridge feels so burned. Like even when your employer writes a public letter about you, trashing you in Comic Sans, life is long and nothing is ever over.
Right.
And LeBron went back to the Cavs and they made it so that was in 2014. He signed a 2-year, $41 million contract. In 2015, the Cavs made it to the finals, lost to the Warriors. And then 2016, the Cavs once again played the Warriors in the finals, beat them, got the franchise's first ever NBA championship. And these are some of my favorite memories of watching basketball.
Oh my God. It was unbelievable. Well, because you're watching it and you're like, I feel like I'm watching a movie, a sports movie.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
In the same way I felt watching the Knicks. I'm not talking about the Knicks, but it was like watching a movie.
I love you just bringing everything back to the Knicks and the Grim Reaper Knicks shirt. She's a sicko. She's a sicko.
But no, but or 28-3 comeback.
Yeah.
I'm in whatever Falcons. It's okay. It's okay. Those moments in sports, this felt like one of those moments.
Yes.
Those defining moments for a sport.
Yes, absolutely. And I think too, like, I feel like the thing that I kept tweeting, because this was when Twitter was still Twitter and I was just like online constantly, I just kept tweeting things like, I feel so lucky to be alive at a time when I can watch LeBron James play basketball.
Yes.
This was also 2016, that time in America in the spring, summer, where people were pretty sure Hillary Clinton was going to win. I was living in DC at the time, and I remember watching at a bar called Solly's, which I don't know if it's still there, but it was just an amazing dive bar. The energy was insane. It was just so, it was hopeful in general. And here's LeBron, like, finally doing it for the town, for the city he's from. Like, it was just the vibes were immaculate.
They were immaculate. Immaculate.
They were
vibes.
so good.
No, they were so good. They obviously win, as Charlotte mentioned. And my favorite thing is that Pat Riley came back around and reportedly texted LeBron at the beginning of Game 7 saying, win this and be free, which is it's kind of an olive branch extension of sorts.
Yeah. Another example of life is long and nothing is ever over.
Yeah.
You can get in fights with all these people. I guess, you know what I will say, though?
What?
I think it's probably easier to mend fences when you are the greatest basketball player who's ever lived.
Right.
And I think it's probably also easier to mend fences between employers when you're both men.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
You know?
100%.
Just as I'm just talking out loud here.
Yes.
As I think about these situations. But it is a great, a good example of like two powerful men in Dan Gilbert and Pat Riley who were able to say, you know what? I'm going to swallow my ego here because this guy and what he's doing is clearly bigger than me and my small feelings.
100%.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
After the season, LeBron went into free agency again. He re-signed with the Cavs, and he had a 3-year, $100 million contract, which was at the time the highest paid player in the league.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money. So yes, the Cavs end up going back to the NBA Finals in 2017, losing to Golden State again.
I can't believe they played believe the finals 3 years in a row. Or was it? Yeah,
yeah,
3
it
years
was
in a row. It was Cavs Warriors. That was a time.
Well, maybe we'll get a little Spurs Knicks. Yeah.
Stop it. What are you doing? Now you're just poking me.
It's like, when someone is, I feel like you see TikToks, people who like, you'll have a conversation, you'll say something, and then they try to like be like, relate to it, and they say something to just like talk about themselves.
Yes, that's what you're doing. You know what this is? This is stop tickling me. This is stop it. But no, they played the Warriors again in 2018. They sure did.
And lost.
Oh, wow. I forgot that was 4 years in a row.
4 years in a row.
2018 everybody was like, well, what's LeBron going to do? And that was when he went to Los Angeles.
Yes, he signed a 4-year, $154 million contract with the Lakers, and helped bring them an NBA title in 2020, the bubble championship, which people argue, was that a real championship? A lot of debates about that.
Does that deserve an asterisk?
I think it's real.
Here's my feeling about asterisks.
What?
Not a thing.
It's not a thing.
An asterisk championship isn't a thing because if a team won, they won.
They won. Well, I would also argue it's harder to win the bubble championship than a non-bubble. You're playing like in a silent gym in Orlando.
Ooh.
At Disney World. I think that's where, wasn't it at Disney World where the bubble was? I mean, that to me, I would argue is a harder situation to win it. It's just weird.
A silent gym in Orlando, I think, is how some horror movies start.
Yes. And then remember they would like pump in the sound of the court on television. Don't you kind of remember that? They had like sound.
And also
white noise.
Something interesting. People say that this should be an asterisk. I actually think none of the teams were traveling. Like, you could almost argue that because they didn't have to travel, people could be at a higher level of basketball playing.
I know.
So it actually maybe matters the most.
Yeah, right.
Like, sure, you didn't have a home crowd advantage or opposing team or whatever, but like it was kind of pure basketball, and that everybody was on a level playing field because it was literally just the same playing field.
And because you know what I'm remembering? Did LeBron during those games do when he does the chalk?
Oh my God.
In a room that someone needs to tell us if he did that, because I do think about like there's so much like pomp and circumstance these players will do to egg on the crowd or its own rituals that they would do ahead of games.
He did do it. It was an empty.
That is bold to just do that with no cheering except maybe a couple like, yeah, come on teammates, and squeaky shoes.
That's like that's like an actor going all out for an audition tape.
Yes.
You're in a room by yourself, just, you know, and it takes a certain level of performance.
It does.
To be able to do that without the crowd.
No, it's true.
You know what else it is?
What?
It's us sitting in this room doing the podcast.
It is. With no laugh track. We think it's sometimes funny, but we don't know.
We have no idea.
Hopefully this is funny.
Just imagine, what if we just put like a bunch of cardboard cutouts of people with headphones on behind the camera, like the cardboard people in the.
Yes. Well, anyway, so then LeBron signs a 2-year, $97 million extension in 2022. So he's like, I'm sticking it out with the Lakers.
And he did until he didn't. Except in 2024, he agreed to another 2-year, $104 million extension with a player option. And a no trade clause, which is what you get when you're so famous that teams can say, we want to trade you to this team. And you can say, well, as LeBron basically did, I don't want to live in Memphis.
He didn't
Not
want
that they were going to trade him to Memphis, but he was talking crap about Memphis.
No. And towards the end of LeBron's time with the Lakers, there clearly seemed to be some issues with front office. There was an article on ESPN that we talked about when this came out about some possible tensions between him and Jeannie Buss, who was the team's now previous owner. I think she still works for the team.
Yep.
That clearly it seemed like LeBron was like, all right, it was getting to maybe not a Pat Riley chocolate chip cookie situation, but there was probably other issues going on that LeBron was not pleased with.
I think it got to a point where LeBron, in his 40s, he's 41 right now, and I think that Los Angeles is the way that their roster was built with LeBron. It became clear that they were going to have to, at a certain point, I think it became clear that everybody was going to move on because it probably wasn't going to be a championship situation with him the way things were. Which brings us to LeBron James going to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yes.
Madeline, you and I were pretty sure this wasn't going to happen.
I did not think this was going to happen. I thought narratively, Cleveland probably made the most sense because there are obviously these rumors that he's doing a documentary, which I'm assuming he's doing. And it felt like narratively that would have been a better story arc. But I guess you could argue that going to a team that hasn't won a championship in 43 years is a very LeBron James move, that he wants to be like, I want to be the guy to bring a championship to the city.
Yes.
In the same way that...
I'll say it. I'll say it for you. You know what? I'm going to say it for you. Because there were rumors. Apparently, If the Knicks had not won a championship this year,
Yeah.
LeBron wanted to go there,
Right.
which is the most LeBron James thing, as you said, to be like, I'm going to save this.
I'm going to save him.
And then they won. And I think that LeBron's team reached out and the Knicks were like, no, I think we're good. And that might even have been before last year. But who cares? Facts,
cares?
Facts don't matter.
Doesn't
Who needs
matter.
them? So the second best option, I think, in terms of what team can you save that also has good players and could have a chance of winning a championship, because that clearly is what LeBron wants, per his poem about where he's going to go play next.
His Odyssey.
The Sixers are probably one of the most tortured fan bases in the NBA, certainly, maybe in sports. And so LeBron was basically like, well, I'll go to the next best place that I could become the savior of the city. So who's their starting lineup now?
Well, their starting lineup is pretty stacked. Number one, they just got Jaylen Brown from your Boston Celtics, which the second I saw the news that LeBron was going to Philly, I wish I had a camera. I wish Jaylen was live on his live stream to just see his reaction. Because I feel like he was like, I'm going to be the guy for this franchise. Because he was kind of second fiddle to Jason Tatum.
Apparently, though, he was a big part of reaching out to LeBron.
Which is crazy.
And he's been reposting LeBron's content on Instagram.
So then maybe he wasn't as mad about it as I think he might have been. But
maybe because he thought, well, this guy is older than I am.
Yeah.
Like at the very least, I can run more than he can.
He's
you know what I mean? It's like a safe, it's like you're playing with your idol.
Yes.
And also he played against him for many years.
Right.
But also it's like, maybe they would have butted heads more if they'd both been the same age. But Jalen's like, well, I'm still the young gun.
Right.
But he joins along with VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey. And now Tyrese Maxey shares an agent with LeBron, not just an agent, like super agent, mogul, Rich Paul, who is engaged to Adele, the singer.
Maybe Adele will be in Philly.
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be fun.
Has she been there?
I don't know if she's ever gone to a game in Philly. Well, she's probably been to the city, I would imagine, for a concert.
I'm sure she's
been there, but I don't know if she's
been to Philadelphia in general.
Anyone know?
Any idea?
Yeah.
But the Sixers, for anyone who doesn't know, the Sixers are tortured because in 2013, as Madeline, as you said, they haven't won a championship in 43 years. And in 2013, this guy named Sam Hinkie came in as GM and said, we are going to lose so badly that we are going to get all of the number one picks. It was called Trust the Process. Sam Hinkie was asking fans to trust the process. This resulted in getting Joel Embiid, who is the center for the Sixers, who has not been very healthy in past seasons. But basically they managed to lose a lot, get high picks, and then choose all of the wrong players all of the time. And now Philly is at a point where they actually have a really good roster. They beat the Celtics last year. Also, a funny thing about this is that Jaylen Brown, after the Celtics lost to the Sixers, went on Twitch. Again, he was live. He goes live too much. And was just talking trash about Joel Embiid and how Joel Embiid flops all the time. And now that is his teammate.
Yeah, that's a situation.
So, we'll see.
We'll see. I think, okay, we've shared privately our predictions for how this is going to go.
Yes.
Should we share them publicly?
Yes.
I love LeBron, and I want nothing more than for him to mark the end of his season as a professional basketball player by bringing a championship to a city that has not had one in 43 years. That nothing would bring me greater joy. It will be an unbelievable documentary, and I'll consume all of it. It'll be great. However, I fear that that's not the case. And I think what I said to you is I think they're going to lose in the first round of the playoffs.
First round?
I think I'm going first round.
Wow.
Sorry.
I think that's crazy. I don't think.
I just don't think bringing in LeBron James is going to solve their problems. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. I don't know.
I think they have a bigger problem almost in Joel Embiid, who has not been healthy and whom they have paid a lot of money to, because it's hard not to when you have somebody who's as good as Joel Embiid. I think this comes down once again to teams as companies. And I think that what we've seen in recent years in the NBA, but also just kind of makes sense from like a human management perspective, is building a team where it's sort of clear who the leaders are, and then you bring people in to support them who are okay with their roles. I think you've got a lot of guys who are kind of the guy on this team.
Yeah.
And I think especially, and I do think LeBron is probably going to be willing to do whatever it takes. I feel like his ego, he has satisfied in so many ways, in every possible way. I could see him being like, no, I am just here for the team.
Mm-hmm.
I think something interesting that I don't know if I've seen people talking as much about. Last year, Tyrese Maxey, I believe, called a player meeting because Joel Embiid was late to practice often. And so it feels like there is already a little bit of maybe not the full cohesion that you need to win a championship.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not in that locker room. I don't know. It just feels like this is kind of a bygone era of stacking stars together instead of a homegrown team from draft picks or sort of underrated people you've put together.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Knicks. I'm sorry, but it's true. That's our most recent example. That wasn't a bunch of stars. Wasn't a bunch of LeBron Jameses on the Knicks. Everyone knew Jaylen Brunson was the star. Sorry, but it's true. And it worked. It worked. What are you going to do, sue me? Sorry. I'm a sicko.
What if I sued you? What if I was like, yeah, I'm hiring a lawyer. You're being served. I know where you live. I'm serving you.
Gag order me.
Yeah, I'm serving you with that. I'm going to say, cease
but I
and
do
desist.
think, just like thinking like the most recent example of like how important team cohesion is and people knowing their roles.
Yeah.
And it working. It's like, I mean, I'm just like, I would love for this to work with LeBron, but I'm like, really, guys, you think this is what's going to work? I mean, maybe it will, but
no, I know.
I don't
you
know.
look at the Spurs, you look at the Thunder, these young teams with so much talent. But I think it would be the most exciting thing here would be to be proven wrong.
Yes.
The most exciting thing would be if LeBron actually manages to do this with Philly. Also, something that we haven't talked about on this show is my feelings about the Jaylen Brown situation, in which Boston managed to get Paul George for Jaylen Brown. Paul George is a man who has been hurt, and he's old, and I could say that because he's my age.
Yeah.
Maybe like a year younger, so I'm just older.
Yeah.
And it just it's not good. It's
not
bad.
great.
As a Celtics fan, I'm pretty pissed. I think it has to do with salary and private equity, and that is something else we can get into. But we shall see. Also, little Celtics drama. Jason Tatum was at a camp.
Yes.
And he said, if someone thinks they're the smartest guy in the room, I don't want to be around them. And this is after reports of Jaylen Brown, quote, thinking he's the smartest guy in the room. Who knows? Could have been a throwaway line. But it sure is a line.
Well, what I will say is we are primed for a very dramatic season. I'm already ready. I mean, this has all happened in the off season. I just can't imagine what it's going to be like once the season starts.
I mean, this is what we dream of.
It really is. What we dream of
This
on
is the
sports
stuff
cast.
we dream of. These are storylines. These are former teammates. These are longtime foes turned teammates. This is the stuff of. This is the good stuff, folks.
This is the good stuff.
You know what else?
Oh, what?
Someone said, well, they can now, if you're on the East Coast, I feel like we haven't watched a ton of LeBron since, personally, me living on the East Coast all the time, since he was on the Lakers because they play their games so late.
No, it's true.
But now we're going to get 7:00 LeBron James games.
I can't wait.
Regularly.
I can't wait. And you know what we probably will also get regularly?
What?
I already told you about this, and this would probably be another episode, but just start noticing, everyone, dear shareholders out there, LeBron James's Instagram content, because he has been posting more and more inspirational quotes and weird AI-generated imagery a la Tom Brady that it's just interesting.
Well,
and I think he's maybe taken a page out of another GOAT's social media playbook.
And I think that we're probably going to have to do a full episode on that.
I think we may need to.
I will say that Jaylen Brown reposted one of the same quote Instagrams that LeBron James posted.
Stop. He's like, we're aligned.
Yeah, I guess
the messaging is aligned.
The messaging literally couldn't be more aligned.
Well, the public perceptions are trying to make. They are saying we are all on the same page here. That's the company line. And you know what? Okay, let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes.
Well, is that our show?
I think that's our show, folks.
As always, please rate, review, subscribe. It makes a huge, huge difference. You can follow us on Instagram at Sports Gossip and TikTok at Sports Gossip Show. You can subscribe to our Substack at sportsgossipshow.substack.com, and you can buy merch linked below.
Boom.
And that's it.
Okay.
Bye.